This is Tally reporting to you from Builder.com from the 2009 West Coast Green Conference in San Francisco. And I'm here with Greg from IDEAbuilder, and they're doing some really cool stuff here. What they're doing is they're actually using robotics to fabricate homes. So Greg, can you talk a little bit more about this?
Yeah, it's actually a very standard way to build and fabricate homes in the German-speaking countries in Europe and Scandinavia. The majority of wood homes are produced this way. Why they've done this is because it's actually more energy efficient and organized ways, so it makes them affordable and it raises the quality level. And they've been doing it tens of thousands of buildings.
Great. And can you talk a little bit about the process?
The process is it's different from normal architectural design using CAD tools because you literally have to build the home digitally, a 3D virtual model, before you send it to the robotic fabrication lines. And most architects aren't familiar with how to do this, and what we're trying to do is introduce this system into the North American market. Some aspects of it already exist, but it's still really quite new because most architects and builders we speak with have never heard of it.
So what can these robotic machines do?
Actually, they can produce any kind of home. Some of the leading architects, the Zaha Hadid, Norman Foster, Frank Gehry's, are designing extraordinarily complex big buildings. And really the only way to deal with that complexity is to use technology and robotics. So you build the entire 3D model, you send it out to fabrication, and then the builders are assemblers. They're essentially putting the building together.
So basically each piece is going to be robotically fabricated, and then to put the house together, that's going to be on site?
Yeah, of course, you have to. I mean, every building is unique because every building has its own location. So what you try to do is do as much of the design and fabrication away from the site as possible, and that raises the quality and everyone knows what's going to happen and you plan it all out in advance.
So give me an example of something that actually would get produced at the factory.
I'll give you an example. Right here in San Francisco, the cathedral on the north end of Lake Merritt, it's a $200 million building that opened last year. All of the wood in that was prefabricated and was the glass. So the majority of the building is assembled on site on top of a concrete foundation. Another example is the new California Academy of Science. A lot of that was also prefabricated, doing a really comprehensive 3D design and then shipping it in and putting it together. So those are large-scale projects, but it's also a faster and better way to build homes, even when you're building a small single-family residence. The efficiencies are the same. Okay,
so the floor would get fabricated in the factory, the complete floor, the complete wall. I mean, what do I actually get if I'm on site?
If you're on site, it's different. It depends on the design of the home. If you have a really large building, you can't ship that as a single unit, obviously, because there are transportation restrictions. So depending on the design, you may get bundles of timber. In other cases you get panels of walls, and in other cases you get modules that you stack up and assemble. Sometimes the homes have the electrical, the plumbing, the windows and the insulation already in it, and other times they don't. In each case it's dependent upon the design of the building and the location.
Okay, great. And would the homes that you guys construct using this robotics, would they be homes that you guys have designed ahead of time and basically purchasing a house that, you know, is going to look like a whole bunch of other people's, or can I get a custom house built in this way too?
No, I think that's the whole idea. You can do mass customization. We can do and have done many entirely custom homes and custom buildings. The efficiencies go up though when you start to have some standard components. And you've seen that now with, for example, in Dwell magazine, in the world of prefab, where essentially you have a catalog of homes and then you have variations on those homes, various configurations, like you would order a Dell computer. And that's actually the ultimate efficiency and what's typically being done in Europe because it makes them much more affordable. You can still customize them. I want these cabinets, these finishes, that kind of wood floors. I wanted an extra room here, and then they order it, but they have that 3D design already done, so they can begin to fabricate it immediately.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is Tally reporting to you from the 2009 West Coast Green Conference in San Francisco. Thanks for watching.